World of Warships has been around for quite a long period of time now, and this game is full of confusing mechanics, complex systems, and, well, it's kind of hard to know where you should start to how to improve this game. I've seen both questions from newer players joining into the game for the first time, or even older players that are returning for the first time in quite a while, and just asking, how do you get a bit better at this game? G'day fellas and welcome back. Today I just want to go through a bit of a brief overview on how you can get a little bit better at World of Warships and some of the key tricks and pointers that I've picked up over my experience playing World of Warships. I'm not the greatest player in the world, and there are definitely players that are a lot better at me than this game. However, I still feel as though I can offer some basic insights to help you guys improve just a little bit better at World of Warships. Without any further ado, let's get into this, shall we? The first thing I want to talk about here is about reading the minimap. The minimap is going to be by far the single most important skill and tool you can have in order to improve at the game. Being able to effectively determine, hey, where ships are, where they might be going, where your friendlies are, and kind of what kind of lines of sight they might have is pretty fundamental to be able to succeed in this game. So for example, the game I've got here in the background in the USS hull, let's take a look and see what we can analyze. Up north, you can see there's 4 ships that are pretty much all clustered together in around the B5, B6 grid square. In the center of the map here, there's not too much. I can take advantage of the fact here that I'm pushing in with this friendly Des Moines over here, can try and get the Bravo capture and really push forward and go aggressive into the middle of the map. If there was ships a lot closer to the Bravo cap, say there was a enemy Des Moines or something that was in the island just in front of us, or even a Petra or something like that that could provide alternative crossfire, we wouldn't be doing this. However, I've noticed there's a lack of enemy presence here around the cap, so I can push forward quite aggressively to try and take this capture circle. And just being able to continuously read and analyze the map and see what's going on is going to be pretty crucial to your successes going forward. If you can understand and see how people are playing and moving around the map, you can try to look for those openings, you can try to exploit people's positioning, or even where to avoid people. That's probably the biggest fundamental skill I have to say that you should be really looking to improve upon. The second point I want to talk about here is learn your ships. Each time you pick up a new ship, what I recommend, especially if you're playing from tiers 6 through 10, don't just jump straight into a brand new match in random battles. I would highly recommend you go play in operations first for a little bit. Try and work out, see what your ship actually performs like, and hell, I might even be recommended to go ahead and actually grind out some of those stock modules in operations in a much lower stakes environment. That has been a fantastic change that Wargaming has made in the past, and I'm going to keep singing the praises for that change to operations. Go grind your stock ships in operations, learn how they play, get a feel for what the turret angles might be like, about the reloads on the ships, what the dispersion on your guns are going to be like, and just go play with them in operations. One of the nicest things Wargaming has done recently, if you keep running into a ship or you run into a brand new ship for the first time and you don't know what on earth it is, you can hold down the tab key and actually hover over the ship that you're unfamiliar with, get an idea of what its armament's like, what its HP and stuff is like, and most crucially, what consumables they might be carrying. So for example, you run into a ship you've never heard of before in your entire life, let's say, for example, Smuggler. Now, for some of us older players, we know that ship very, very well, because it is quite dominant, but if you don't know what that ship is, what you can do is you hold down tab, hover over to where the ship is on the enemy team, and see, it has radar on a destroyer. Oh boy, that's going to be fun. And just trying to work out those kind of consumables in the match for any ships you are not familiar with is very, very awesome. So make sure you're taking advantage of the fact that you can do that. One of the other things I'm going to recommend as well is installing an additional extended tech tree mod for World of Warships. What this means is that you'll be able to access and view any ships that are within the game files inside of your port. So simply go to the tech tree, select on the ship you'll want to check out, and, well, you can then view its armor layout and some of its stat characteristics as well. So for example, say there's a ship you've never heard of before, but you've run into it and you want to work out how you deal with it if you ever do run into it again in the future. For example, recently we had Shinano that's just become fully available. You can view that easily in the regular tree, especially beforehand. And, well, you can't view it easily at the moment. I mean, you can go to the armor and then do it, but if you want to look at it straight from the tech tree, simply go to the tech tree, click on the ship, and then boom, you can look at the armor layout of the ship. It is probably one of the best things you can do if you're trying to work out what the armor is like on enemy ships you're dealing with, and it will give you some idea about some of the stats that those ships actually do possess. So that's probably another very, very crucial tip if you're trying to work out and learn about some of the ships that are in this game, because, well, there is quite a lot of ships in this entire game. The next one after that I'm going to talk about here is try not to compare yourself too much to any friendly content creators. There's a lot of content creators in this game, and there's some pretty big names that have been playing this game for a really extended period of time now. And if they're streaming, cool. They're obviously very, very skilled. They know this game inside out. And I mean, many of them have been playing since beta, hell, even since the alpha testing of this game continuously. And there's a reason they're as good as they are. But for particularly on a YouTube end of things, you're not going to find people that are going to be posting their worst games very often. Most of the time, anybody that's posting to YouTube, myself included, we're only going to post our best games. We're not going to want to post a game where we got dev struck in the first minute by an enemy battleship, or even we've been harassed by a carrier for the entire game. That's not really the most entertaining to watch from a viewer standpoint. So just be mindful of that when you're comparing yourself to particularly anybody you see playing on YouTube. If you're unfamiliar with any of the mechanics, I would highly recommend you actually search up either guides that Wargaming themselves have posted explaining some of the mechanics. They've done some actually pretty informative videos in the recent history regarding some of these mechanics and how they work. Definitely recommend reading them up, or even just going ahead to the World of Warships wiki page and actually asking there. If you feel as though you've got more questions or anything like that, don't be afraid to go ask questions on either the World of Warships subreddit or even the World of Warships official Discord server. There's a full forum post area there for you to ask questions. Don't be afraid, just make sure you reach out and you ask, because that's the only way you're going to learn. Anyhow, that's all I've really got to say regarding how you can get a little bit better World of Warships, and I hope you guys found this useful. It's a video that I've wanted to make for quite a while, and I know it's not the most specific thing in the world, or I'm not going into a huge amount of details, but I just wanted to give a bit of a general insight into how you could possibly think and approach games a little bit better. If you guys want me to do some more slightly in-depth guides and stuff, I'm more than happy to look into it. Just understand that will take me a little bit of time to get together, but I'm happy to get some of those out on the way if you guys would like. And let me know down in the comments as well if I've missed out on any other tips or hints that you guys would recommend if you're giving it either to an older player that's returning to the game for the first time in a while, or even to a brand new player to the game. If you got any queries about anything I've said in this video, feel free to let me know down below, and anything I could do to improve this. But thank you guys so much, and I just want to say a quick thank you as well for 1,100 subscribers on YouTube. We've had that goal a lot faster than what I was expecting, so thank you guys so much. I hugely appreciate that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more from me, consider please subscribing down below. If you did enjoy this video, please consider liking and letting me know down in the comments what you liked about this video. What do you think I could also have mentioned in this video? That would be appreciated. Anyways, that's all I've got to say for today, fellas. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time.